Remember, he's old, not frail, was an understatement. What remains of your frontline troops lies scattered throughout the field.
Looking at the spearmen, shieldmen, and swordsmen's corpses, I sigh. Seriously. I told them to be careful. I told them to allow the ranged units to occupy the geyser before attacking, but no. They had to rush in. Now the geezer is humming, eating an apple, steadying himself on his cane while waving at me across the entire plains. Damned geezer.
Sir, what now?
One of my officers asks. I sigh. Now we beg and grovel for him to leave the forest so that we can develop it as a new city for the Empire. I say, leaving the tent. The officers follow me as we walk towards the forest. The plain is littered with our men's bodies. They died relatively quickly, so I guess that's a win? Sigh. Why did they have to send me?
Look at who it is. Little Azarel.
The geezer says as I get closer. Geezer, I say. He chuckles.
I still remember trying to teach you magic. But damn, were you dull like a mud ball? Nothing except fire magic could hold your attention.
He grins. I sigh as the officers stare at our interaction all confused. Will you allow us to create a city in this forest of yours? I ask. He chuckles.
Would there still be a forest of mine if a city is built here?
He asks. I sigh. Kneeling in front of him, the officers followed suit, and soon I started to beg.
You can get your kneecaps removed on that soft grass for all I care. I won't give you the right to destroy nature. That would be wrong to my wife,
He says, munching on another apple. I sigh. No chance? I ask. Nope, not a single one.
You guys are destroying nature a tad bit too fast. Go back to your fancy emperor and tell him he should slow down. Otherwise, I may or may not visit him.
He says. Before we could say anything, I find myself together with my officers, back in the royal city, a million miles away from that forest. I sigh.
Sir?
One officer stutters. Just ignore it. Logic seems to be afraid of that geezer. Let's go to His Majesty and explain somehow how an entire legion got destroyed by an ageless geezer. I grumble and leave. Damn geezer, can't he roll over and do something else for once other than whatever he wants?